Welcome back, everybody. Thanks again for joining us in our 7th annual Power and Water Conservation Expo. We're so excited to have you here. This is our final segment, and I am so privileged to be here with some of our most important employees. I've got Jason and Marshall here, and they're going to talk to us about the system. They're out working in the toughest conditions trying to keep your power on, and they're going to talk to us about what they do. And so I'm going to start with you, Jason. This is an overhead pole. Tell me all about it.
Pretty much we'll just start with primary. It starts, that's the actual source that comes down to feed the transformers, switches, underground, which is the main line at the top, tied on the insulator there. And the risers coming to the top of the transformers and the switches here. And this device here actually is the switch and has the barrel inside of it. And when you operate this barrel, it pretty much kills the power to any kind of tap or underground. Like he's going to pull this jack and that'll de-energize this bottom side, the cable, the underground. And when we're ready to re-energize it, he'll throw it right back in. And it's as simple as that, to de-energize and re-energize the line. And a lot of loud booms out here that you think is transformers, it's actually these line fuses here that blow. And that pretty much will take the power out to whatever it was feeding. And when we find this hanging like this, we actually know that the problem is behind this switch. And on this side, we got a regular transformer. And the secondaries here is actually, we call it a cut-in or a service, and it actually is what goes to the house and feeds the meter in the meter base.
So if we're in a storm, we have a big lightning storm, and you have a cutout open up versus the transformer blow, which one takes longer to fix?
It all depends, because when we find this, that's where the troubleshooting really starts. We have to find what caused that to blow and for it to fall out. Mm-hmm. So, okay. And it could be transformers, because the transformers are fed off the lines that these are tied off of. So like I said, pretty much if that's blown, it could be a transformer that had gone bad. It could have been a squirrel in a transformer, a pot overloaded, any kind of pretty much fault. It'll cause the switch to blow.
The suicidal squirrels, man.
Right.
A ton of them. Now, what's going on here? That doesn't look right.
That's actually when, like, if we have a phase of primary to come off an insulator or a failure in an insulator, it can track and actually it'll burn the pole like that. So.
Wow. Well, great. Well, so this is the underground cable. So maybe switching over here, Marshall, can you talk to me about, sometimes in your neighborhood you'll have overhead poles. That's what's in my neighborhood.
Yes, ma'am.
And sometimes you'll see these big green boxes. So talk to me about what this is.
Yeah, if you got these green boxes in your neighborhood, you're going to be fed by this underground primary, which, like from what Jason was saying, it's going to come down to the top of this switch, and then once this is energized, this is going to be connected. And once it goes through here, it's going to go down your pole, it's going to be buried, and you're going to see these in your yard. And it's going to come up to each one, it's going to feed in, and then you're going to have one going out. You'll probably see one a couple more houses down in your neighbor's house. And that's like he was saying, the overhead part, it might be a little faster to fix, but when you got an underground issue, it's going to take a little bit longer. We're going to have to go to transformer and start isolating stuff and come back over here. And while it's open, once we isolate some transformers, we're going to have to come back and put this back in and make sure it holds up to that point.
Pretty much trial and error.
Yes. And you're going to keep going step by step until you find what's wrong. You're either going to come up, a transformer's gone bad, you got a bad primary cable in your ground. I mean, there's numerous things it could be, but yes, most definitely fixing this is going to take more time than overhead service. And these here, just like he showed you on that twist right here, this is what feeds on the overhead. But if you got one of these, all this stuff's on the ground. This is going to be your secondary side feeding out all the way to your house, coming up to your meter base.
Awesome. Well, that's really helpful. So, and a good safety tip, a good reminder, these guys are energized, right? So if you've got kittens, keep the kids off.
Stay off of them. And another big thing, what we wanted to show you, with these sticks, when we have to come in here and move these elbows, that's how much room that we need in front of these transformers, 9 foot, so we can safely get in here and work. It's supposed to be 9 foot clear in front of them and 3 feet all the way around, no hedges, no bushes, so we can get in there and safely work. That's a big thing. We would really appreciate it if you could do that for us.
That's great. Well, thank you both. We really appreciate all you do. These guys are out, they're your friends and neighbors, and they're the ones that have to get out in the tough conditions to keep your lights, get your lights back on and keep you in lights, and we just really thank you guys so much. And for customers, it's really important to know that our job is we want to keep you in lights all the time. I want to make sure everybody knows we just gone live with a new OMS outage management system, and so you can go to PWC.com and look at outages real time. Thankfully, right now in the city of Fayetteville and Cumberland County, we have no outages. So awesome job, guys! Yeah, we're in lights, but from time to time, like this morning, we got some storms and we get hurricanes. We get lots of outages, and so this is a great way for you to see if you're out of power. And we also work to try and calculate times in there to say how long do we think it's going to take us to get you back. You can also sign up for text alerts and emails. So if you go online, go into your customer portal, you can sign up, and that way, if you're out and about and your power's out, we'll send you a notice and say, hey, your power's out, and then when we get you back in lights, we'll send you another note and tell you that. So we really, again, just appreciate everybody being part of the Expo today. Hopefully, next year we'll be back in person, but I hope you've enjoyed this, guys. We really thank the team for all of the good information, and we wish you a great and safe weekend. Take care.